Hi guys. Many of you that have followed my channel for some time know that over the years from time to time the Lord will show me stuff that confirms Jonathan Kleck's work. And sometimes I'll get something like a skeleton of an idea, or he shows me the skeleton of something, and then within a short period of time after that Johnny Kleck comes along and puts the flesh on it and the meat and potatoes and fleshes it out in a way that just absolutely confirms to me that yes, Jonathan Kleck is the real deal. And this is no different, but Jonathan Kleck put out this one on another platform, this platform up the top here, as he's been taken off YouTube some time back. So I watched it on this particular platform, and if you want to see his work, I'd suggest you go over there. But it was this picture he was talking about that a fellow called Marcel had drawn on a piece of wood for him. And I must have seen this dozens of times over the years as Jonathan's brought it out. And it was only just the other day, 2 days ago, when I watched this, I heard in my spirit saying there's more here that has never been spoken of. So I looked at it a little more closely, and I didn't know what I was looking for. All I knew was there was more here that had not been mentioned up until now. Knowing that Johnny's always talking about turning things upside down, I thought, just as an idea, well, I didn't know what I was even looking for, so I thought I would turn the picture upside down to see if the Lord would show me anything there. And that's when I saw it, and it was so obvious to me at that point. Now I'll turn it back up because there's something on this picture that does not change, whether it's this way up or upside down, and that's what drew me to it. And it's the ear. Let me show you the shape of this ear and this line through the centre. There it is there, just outlined so you can see it, just show that it's really there. If we turn that upside down, it's exactly the same. It's just upside down. That was why I knew that that was where the Lord was leading me. That he wanted me to show not only you, but I guess Jonathan as well, that there is something else there. Now I can understand, having seen this now and studied through, why Johnny got a little bit angry about this once he'd woken up, once he'd been saved. And I can say from the same thing for myself, that 1 to 2 years before I became saved, my world fell apart with people being absolutely hateful to me. Couldn't understand why, whether it was family, friends, work colleagues. They all turned on me like vipers, and I couldn't for the life of me figure out why. What I do know now from this one of Johnny's, if you go across and listen to him talk about this himself, he could not see any of this, the dead sheep up here, the goat here, or the serpent around his neck. He couldn't see any of it a year before. Well, it makes me realise that Satan or the demons, they can see in us the Holy Spirit before we can even see the Holy Spirit and recognise it's in us. This is why Johnny's had this done to him, and I've had the same, very similar. I haven't had pictures drawn of me, but I've had people become very hateful to me a year or two before I became saved, and I had absolutely no idea why. So let's go back to this symbol. Now I've seen that symbol before. Here it is here, and it fits perfectly. It fits absolutely perfectly right over the top, as you can see. So what is that symbol? It's in the Greek alphabet. Here it is right here. It's the 8th letter of the Greek alphabet, theta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th letter. So I thought, well, I'll go on to try and find a little bit more about theta, because that's obviously where the Lord's led me to on this picture. And from Wikipedia, it says here, whereas the 8th letter of the Greek alphabet, theta, was considered the symbol of death. When Johnny learned that there was a dead sheep and a serpent strangling, this is a picture of mockery and death, and I find a theta symbol drawn as an ear, and it's the 8th letter, and it's a symbol of death. Are you kidding me? The Egyptians used the symbol cosmos in the form of theta, with a fiery circle representing the world, and a snake spanning the middle. And a snake spanning the middle. Are you kidding me? Now it also says down here, it was used as abbreviation for the Greek thanatos, death, as it vaguely resembles a human skull. Theta was used as a warning symbol of death, in the way that the skull and crossbones are used in modern times. Very interesting that that was drawn right on the side of Johnny's head in this picture. It is worthwhile to note theta has the same numerical value in isopsephy as Helios, and this is the number 318. So what's this isopsephy? Isopsephy is the practice of adding up the numerical values of letters in a word to form a single number. Although ostensibly derived from Greek isopsephy, it is largely used in Jewish texts, notably those associated with the Kabbalah. Oh my goodness. Well, let's go back and see a little in Helios, and let's find out where it leads us. Well, it's 318. 318 is 3 plus 1 plus 8 equals 12. And reducing it again, 1 plus 2 equals 3. So the final number we get out of that is 3, and we know that 3 in the Greek is Abaddon. Who is Abaddon? Well, he has the same name as Apollyon in Greek. And Apollyon, 623, is Satan. So Abaddon is Satan. And so we have, as a confirmation, a further confirmation, if it needed any, I don't think it does, but as a further confirmation, we've got that boiling down to Satan signing off this on the middle of Johnny's skull. Isn't that incredible? Unbelievable. So let's go back to this picture here and just prove it out. See this picture here on the side? Blown up. Theta symbol over the dead people. Satan has been mocking us all along, and this is just proof positive, if you needed any more from an outside source, that what Johnny has been telling on this sort of stuff is absolutely correct. Don't you think it's fascinating that when Marcel drew this of Johnny, the voice that Johnny was hearing in his ear, that spirit, was that very subtle voice of Satan. It's not until a year later, when Johnny was saved, that he started to hear the voice of God. And that's just what it says in the message to the churches. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. And this Spirit is capitalized. So what is that? Well, he's gone from this one, hearing this voice in his ear, to this one, as we all do when we give ourselves to Christ. We start hearing his voice. Isn't it fascinating that that's where Satan would sign this piece of artwork? Peace and grace, my friends.